Hey you guys, it's Pico over here, live from Singapore on a Thursday night. Today was kind of a strange day. We started off really great energy. Woke up super early, got dressed up. Actually looked like I was awake from my Periscope this morning. That was at 6. Had a lot of my RVP ladies join me on the Periscope show, and that was really intimidating on one side and then exhilarating on the other because suddenly I had to make sure I was making sense, and I was worried that I wasn't. But it was cool because they were very interactive and they had questions or comments, and that really helped me out. Made me feel like I had some value to deliver. Got dressed, got baby girl dressed, left the house, went to school. Well, dropped her off at school, went to work. Today was my first full day at work. The other day I came in and it was a very short day. I think I came in at 11. I was down by 4. This time went straight there. There was a lot of material to go through, just so I had a background on the company and the work that they're doing with Growth Tribe to expand their business and upgrade everything, streamline the processes, make everything as efficient as possible. So I got to go through a lot of the material there. Some of the trainings the notes from the trainings that they have been given, and then I've been scheduled out for a couple of trainings myself starting next week. So I'm really excited about that. I get to expand my horizon a little bit and really go ahead and pick up that skill set I've been praying about. Anyway, so as I went through my day, I've had a lot of support, a lot of people checking in with me. I was told that they would probably adjust my contract in my favor. So once that's actually done, I'll let you know what all that meant. But in the meantime, just good news and a really great vibe. Everything was great except it was really cold in the office. I was ill prepared for the amount of AC that was blowing in my face. What else? Picked baby girl up from school. Walked home in the rain, which was actually nice. I haven't been out in the rain in a very long time. It wasn't like downpour or anything, but it was one of those like stupid drizzle things where the drops are kind of big rather than small. Had a couple conversations with some people, and a couple things were pointed out to me, and I was warned to be careful. I was warned to not go all out and then be left out to dry like I usually do. And that made me think about the word fear. And I don't know if you realize, but it's not the future that we're scared of. It's actually the past. We're afraid that the past will repeat itself. We're afraid that, the things we've lived through will come to pass again. And unfortunately, by thinking about all those things, you do kind of bring it into existence, unless you can curb your thoughts and kind of rein them in a little bit and be like, yo, okay, this is not what I was thinking at all. It's the reason some of us can go from like completely infatuated to total misery, fear, doubt, whatever. So it's actually really fickle how your mind can work and how quickly it can go back and forth. So I know everyone has seen the acronym for fear, and one part of it is forget everything and run. And the other part of it is face everything and rise. And I think people forget that, it's a fear. It's something you don't want to have happen. It's something you're afraid to touch, afraid to go near or whatever. But most times once you get closer and ask or prod or push into it a little bit, you find that it wasn't as big as you thought. Most times, okay? There are some times where it's like, oh shit, it's worse than I thought. But for the most part, a spider is just a spider. For the most part, height is pretty damn scary, but there are ways around that. For the most part, small spaces aren't comfortable, but there are ways you can trick your mind into managing it. So what's the worst that can happen if you face your fears? What's the worst that can happen if you ask a question to clarify what your brain is jumping to conclusions about? What honestly is the worst that could happen? For me, I think that it would clear up a lot of doubt. It would put to bed a lot of the fears that I have associated with some of the situations that I've found myself in the past. So not every situation is the same. Not every person is the same. And a lot of things change very quickly just depending on the way you see things. So I don't know. What do you think? Face everything and rise? Or forget everything and run? I'm thinking the first, you guys. I want to rise above everything. I don't want to be afraid of anything. And for the most part, I'm not. I don't want to be afraid of trusting people. I mean, what's the worst that can happen if you trust someone? They let you down. So what? So you cut them off and keep moving. What's the worst that can happen if you don't trust anyone, though? You're basically left by yourself to take care of everything. So, I don't know. Why not trust again? Why not try again? Love conquers all, right? I mean, I've been saying it forever. Might as well trust my own words. Love conquers all? Yeah, let's go do that. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, guys. Usually I'm ready for Friday because that means Saturday and Sunday I'm off. But right now, with this new job, I'm actually working the weekends, and I have no idea when my next day off will be. So, that throws things up in the air a little bit. I need to rework my cooking scheme or schedule because I have no idea when my off days are. It makes it a little bit more difficult for me to get all my housework done. And I have a feeling I may have split days off going forward. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I just need to rework it. I need to go through one set of those split days and see how much I could or could not get done so I can plan better for the next time. But all the work in progress as always. Whip forever. Yeah, I am optimistic about the future. I am excited about the fact that things can change for the better. Because I am no longer who I was. They say you can never step in the same river twice. That's because the water is never the same. And that's also because you are never the same. What you were 2 minutes ago is not what you are right now. I can tell you that for real because 10 minutes ago I did this live episode. And I heard myself talking and I was like, what the fuck? You lost your damn mind. So, I erased it and started over. Yeah. There are some mistakes that you can undo. There are some decisions that you can't undo. So why not? And if it'll leave you in a better place than you were before, why not? You were not the same person you were 10 minutes ago. I definitely was not. I'm optimistic again. Whereas when I left the last live episode, as in like episode 25, take 1, I was miserable at the end of that. And I was upset knowing that I had left you with a message like that. So I erased it and started over. Face everything and rise. Fear doesn't have to consume you. That's a choice you make. You could go, face it. Go face your bully. Go face your abuser. Get it over with. Because the fear of having to face them at some point and knowing you're not ready, that kind of sucks. That kind of pain kind of stays with you, and it involves all your decisions going forward. Face everything and rise above it. You can do this. And if you can't find a buddy, find somebody you trust to stand there right beside you as you do this. I know if I can do it, you guys, you can. You don't know my whole story yet. You will. If I can do this, I'm telling you, you can. Alright? Alright. I'll catch up with y'all later. Like I said, Friday doesn't mean the same thing it used to mean. And I'm a little upset about that. But I'll get over it. So, Friday tomorrow, I'll check in with you and we'll see what goes on. Love y'all. Bye.